Hello guys, what is up Electronic Nation? It's Electronic Leader, and here today I'm going to be teaching you how to use Boba Fett for the people who do not know how to use Boba Fett, because Boba Fett is a very good villain in general. Now, people definitely underestimate him, like I said before. I've said it, well, I might not have said it, but I was thinking it anyways. Boba Fett is definitely underestimated compared to some of the other villains, and even I underestimate him sometimes. I mean, a lot of people, look at Boba Fett and they're like, well, why would I play Boba Fett? Well, today I'm going to teach you how to use Boba Fett and see, you can find out for yourself if you really want to use Boba Fett in general, because Boba Fett actually is pretty good if you know how to use him right, and I have met some players in the past that were really good with Boba Fett. And when I say they were really good with Boba Fett, I mean they were beast with Boba Fett, and even I couldn't kill them. Now, Boba Fett is just really good because of his flight pack, and if you know how to use it right, basically nobody can hit you in midair. They would have to have 100% accuracy to even hit you at all if you're really good with Boba Fett like that, so it just depends on situation in general. Now, getting into Boba Fett's abilities, he's got a flamethrower. Boba Fett's flamethrower basically makes it so he can burn his enemies. And when I say burn his enemies, I mean literally. He literally just burns his enemies with the giant flamethrower that comes out of his hand. Now, this flamethrower will basically kill any enemy in a small radius, and it's very useful for killing infantry, I think. I'm pretty sure I've killed infantry with it before. I could be wrong, but it's more for killing heroes in general, because it's definitely not as good for killing regular players, because it takes so long to shut it down, and enemies will take you on at longer ranges, and you'll just die quicker anyway. But anyways, getting into the next ability, his jump pack, or his booster pack, basically. He boosts into the air for a limited amount of time. He's got a little energy bar that'll tell you how much energy he's got left on his little boost pack. And then once it runs out, he lands it on the ground. Now, you gotta really watch his energy on the boost pack, because the boost pack's energy runs out really quickly, and you don't want to lose it. But that just depends on the situation in general, and depends on what you're doing. If you're about to die, I really recommend using the boost pack. Now, next let's move on to his little missile. Basically, this little missile will lock onto the enemies, and any enemy rushing at you will basically get hit by it, like you've seen in this little clip right here. It really works for little narrow doorways, anything of that sort. I mean, it sort of locks on a little bit, but it'll kill a lot of enemies within a certain radius, and they will get wrecked, and they're basically just going to be sitting on the ground and wondering what the heck happened because of the radius and the splash damage of the missile. They didn't nerf it before, but they just rebuffed it. So if they nerf it in the future, I might mention something about that, because that'd be really stupid, and Boba's actually pretty good as he is right now. So that just depends on the situation. If they nerf Boba, I mean, obviously that's a pretty stupid idea. Next, we're going to go into how to use his abilities. Now, his flamethrower I recommend using on heroes and stuff of that sort, because you basically can wipe out the heroes really quickly, and they'll die really quick, and they just, they won't know what hit them, basically. With the flamethrower, I'm just recommend using the flamethrower for heroes versus villains, along with all the other abilities for heroes versus villains. There's no problem using any ability in heroes versus villains that Boba has. Next, let's move on to Hero Hunt. Hero Hunt, I never recommend using the flamethrower against regular players. So I always recommend using your boost pack, keeping it active, and keeping it up to max for when people rush you. Then flying out, and basically keeping away from the enemies, because all the enemies are going to rush you and try to kill you, so you're going to want to stay out of the way of all them. And then after you get out of the way of all the enemies, basically you're just going to have to sit back, use your wrist rocket and little narrow doorways and stuff of that sort, and then fly back around, because you need to give your rocket time to you need to give your booster pack time to replenish, and you don't want it to just run out really quickly. But basically, Boba Fett's really good in a lot of different modes, and it just depends if you guys know how to use him or not. I mean, some people really underestimate him, and good tactics is always killing him, running, and then using your wrist rocket. That's always something good to do when you're in midair, too, if you got really good accuracy with the wrist rocket. But, I mean, yeah, that's it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to comment, like, or subscribe if you haven't already. And Electronic Leader will be signing out, so peace.